Hi.
Looking for Jay?
Jay Balboni?
I am Jay.
Hey,
It's
Tony
Jay.
Sullivan, Chairman Board of Selectmen.
Tony, nice to meet you.
Tony.
Sean Sonosky, County Administrator in there. Nice to meet you.
Just trying to get the plan of what's happening here.
Okay, what we're doing is obviously have prep work pulling the guardrail out. We're loading the mix out this morning. I'm waiting on the final design that's going to be determined by Mass Highway as to what's going in here. And it mainly is detailing the intake and outlet head walls and all of that. Tomorrow morning, we're probably going to start the cut. I have 2 telephone ducts that we can't find in the road. We've gone down 6 feet. So we're under the assumption they were in the old road, which is 12 feet down. So I got to gingerly take the cuts out, test pitting and searching for these telephone ducts. I want to get down to about 10 feet above the bottom of the culvert and build a bench, and then that's where my pipe, my pipe work and everything. The big unknown is, according to the plans, the stone culvert was sleeved with a corrugated metal pipe and then pump grouted to fill all the annual space. So I may have a massive demolition mess down there. Not massive in quantity, but it's a nightmare. Corrugated metal pipe nobody wants. So to take it to a junkyard, you got to get all the concrete off of it, and vice versa. So once I find what I got.
If you're looking to store something temporarily, I mean, the town of Littleton have offered storage space, trucking, whatever you need.
Yeah, so far the state is providing me everything that I need. They have a depot over on 2A by Spectacle Pond Road, and they're going to look into this piece of property down here where the old Chinese restaurant was that I believe they took. So I think, as far as that, I'm in pretty good shape. Believe me, I'll call in any favors that we can.
Reason why you haven't been able to start the excavation with the design pending. I mean, I know once you get down there, you need your design to know what the hell you're doing.
It's starting today. It's starting today.
They told us Sunday this was going to start yesterday morning. The excavation.
We were dragged into this on Sunday night, and I got detailed over here yesterday, and I had to start dragging equipment. My excavator is on its way.
How soon before the other 8-inch pumps get operational?
That I don't know. That's not under my control. PVC is the contractor that's installing those. I can't answer that question. Or Ray from the state, Lieutenant from the state can answer that question. But they've kept us separate in the sense that they brought them on board earlier, and the state decided to keep going with a separate operation. I can't tell you what those are.
So the big unknowns are the telephone conduit, and then when you get down to the pipe, there's the cement grout. Is that what you...
Yeah, it's just how I'm going to deal with it depending upon what I find. The excavator might rip right through it if it's not a high-strength grout. But if it is, it may mean, a demolition hammer to crack it and loosen it up so and the proximity of those telephone ducts will have a bearing on how rough I can go at it. If they're simply just 3 feet over it and I can't, really go thrashing around in there for fear of damaging it, so I got a few unknowns here, but we're going to start, excavating today as the mix goes out, start lowering the grade and trying to find those phone lines.
Do you have authority to cut the phone ducts if you need to? Is the telephone company working with you to, whoever has the cables?
I can't speak for the phone company, but in my 30 years in this business, that's never been a viable option. It'd have to be a temporary relocation as opposed to this. Communication is not like power, in my experience. Electric companies can reroute and come in different directions, but communication is never worked.
Based on what you know now, what's your best guess before we start getting the water running through the culvert?
Availability of the pipe, depending upon what my final design is. I'd like to say I could have pipe maybe being delivered here Friday or Saturday and be installing it next week. To get water flowing through, it's going to depend upon that inlet structure. If they design something that has to be formed and cast in place, there could be a good week's worth of work on that. I'm really...
So you're looking possibly 2 weeks out?
Oh yeah, Yeah, it could be. I just don't know what they're gonna hand me as far as, you know.
I don't know how much you know what's happening on the other side of the pond where our wells are. We're under water restrictions.
Yes, I've been told.
We've got half our water supply shut down to our town. We've got industry residents restricting water use. So that's the urgency for us.
We understand the urgency. I'm at a point right now that I can't project because I don't have all the answers.
I understand.
Say, did you hear anything about, as you estimate, looking at the front end of the pipe, clearing that and just flowing it before the designs are final to start draining? Has anybody mentioned anything like that? Flowing the old culvert.
That was discussed, but somebody, and I don't know if this is coming from the state or the town or who, but somebody said that they believe that the culvert is basically damaged all the way through. So that may mean doing all of this work that I'm talking about, opening up the whole thing and basically opening up like a free-flowing channel, which, you know, yeah, is a viable possibility, and somebody can tell me to do that anytime once I get the cut open and I get down. And I get down.
It has to be stabilized on both sides, you know, rip the whole road downstream. We need a control flow, otherwise we're going to lose.
Well, I know that's one of the concerns, and I don't know, I'm not a hydrologic engineer, but there's quite a bit of head built up here. So if you just blow that open, you know, even shutting down all the pumps, you know, could you lose, you know, your detour road and everything else? That was thrown out as a possibility, trying to.
So it's undetermined now.
From the knowledge that I have, the information I have of the people that looked in there and everything, they seem to believe that the whole thing is damaged or blocked or obstructed in one way or the other, whether it was debris that went in or, you know, the actual collapse of the pipe or whatever. That's the little bit that I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the update.
Okay. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Let me get that phone right for you.